Also, Neenan Dalman. Thank you. And Don Crawford. All right, so first, Neenan, if we can have you share some words. What has this experience been for you on the challenge, and share with others that are looking to do the same?
Great. My name is Ninan, and I'm a realtor from Modesto, California, Modesto, in the Valley. And I became a product of the product. I needed to lose about 60 pounds or 60 pounds overweight at the end of last year. Was introduced to the product, immediately fell in love with the product, saw crazy good results, and it was no question for me when I took a look at this that I wanted to become a promoter of the challenge. Again, I'm a business owner. I own the hometown real estate company in the Valley, but I'm kind of the poster child for needing a plan B, and I'm an entrepreneurial kind of girl. I'm a marketing major, and I take a look at these things, and I can definitely see the vision of this company. And I got into real estate. Tara and I were talking about this the other day. I got into real estate in 2001 because it was one of the fastest growing industries. I'm a single mom. I could stay, I could flex my schedule, I could spend more time with my son, still be a room mom, and I could make a lucrative income. You fast forward to 2012, the picture in real estate, I'm going to tell you guys, you know it, has changed drastically, and especially in the Central Valley. I only wish I was selling real estate around here. If you go to the Central Valley, you're working 10 times as hard for a quarter of the money. I'm working way more hours than I ever intended to work. So I know a lot of you in this room are sitting in the same situation where I needed to look at a plan B. If you're working an 8-to-5 job for a boss, and you guys all know the economy, you need to have a plan B. You have to. And I took a look at this. I believed in the product. I looked at the company's vision. And where else can you get into business, open your own business, in one of the fastest growing industry, with a company that's got a product that's patented and delivers results like no other. I've spent thousands of dollars on weight loss products. Nothing delivers the products that we've got here, the results that we can get from this product. So taking all that into consideration, the comp plan is brilliant. The business model, the retail model, everything about it was brilliant. There was just no question that I wanted to come on board as a promoter. I did that in the beginning of February. My business is growing at the speed of light. Put a bunch of people on my team in the BMW. I'm now making a nice residual income on my plan B that probably by the end of the year, I'm hoping will actually exceed my real estate income. And I'm loving it. I'm around positive people, which I'm not in real estate. I'm positive people that love what they're doing. And I don't have to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning anymore in that cold sweat about what am I going to do, what's tomorrow going to bring. It's just, every day's been exciting, and this company is unbelievable. Where else can you put yourself in business for $500 to $1,000 in the fastest growing industry with a company like this? You just can't do it. I spent over 100 times that to buy my real estate company. There's just no other opportunity like it, so I encourage you to.
Crawford here, and been working closely with Don for the last year and a half. Been an amazing guy, done a lot of things. Share your story.
How's everybody doing? My name is Don Crawford. I live in Walnut Creek, California. I grew up in Flint, Michigan. I don't know if anybody knows where that is. It's not the greatest area in the world. And I grew up in pretty much complete poverty in the literal sense of the meaning. A trailer park, single mom. It was not an easy upbringing, but I had no idea of anything different. So until I moved to California, you guys out here live like amazing lives. So I growing up in that way was it was different. And then I went to college. I went to a private engineering college and got my education because I thought I need to follow this path. Like this is the path I have to follow. My dream was to make $50,000 a year, and I thought that would be. I was like, I don't know if I can buy a Lamborghini or something, but that sounds like a ton of money, so that was my goal. And then right after college, I got out of school, moved out here, and I was making over $100,000 in my first year. And then that was like a mind shifter for me. I didn't know what to do with my life. because I had accomplished everything I ever thought I was supposed to accomplish at that point. So I had to try to dig deep and figure out what I was supposed to be doing. And through doing that, just in that process, you kind of throw out what you want out there. You just say, hey, I want to go do this. You throw your goals out there, and it's funny how things just come into your life. And that's what happened with this. Damien Canaro introduced this to me, and right at that same time, I was thinking, I need to change lives. Like, that's what I want to do. I want to inspire people to change their lives. And when he showed me this business, I was like, this is my avenue. This is how I'm going to change lives. And since then, I went back to my hometown in Flint and introduced this to them. That's one of the most obese places in the entire nation. Now I have people in my team, about 50 or 60 people that were completely unemployed because the unemployment rate there is 35%. So they are doing a business now by helping those around them get healthy. They're now raising themselves up. They're putting more food on the table. They're saving their homes from foreclosure. And this is to the bathroom when I was coming back, and a girl from the other room said, "Can you guys quiet it down in there?" I'm like, maybe you should join us. So let's make a lot of noise there.
Los Angeles, and we spent a little bit of time together. Marla's had some awesome success also, and if Marla could share her story.
So I started this for many reasons, not just for finances, but mainly I started it for my health. 3 years ago, it's about 220 pounds. And after about 2.5 years of losing about 60 pounds, I stayed on a plateau for about 2 years. And this product was brought to me by my friend. And knowing that at the time I was working out and needing to implement protein shakes, I did. And with that, I knew having this type of product, just seeing the nutritional value in it, I knew it was going to work. My first week, I lost 8 pounds. My first 90 days, I lost 25 pounds, 5 inches off my waist, and 10% body fat. So with that, I ran with it. The business with people like Kathy Rodriguez, who I adore, and who has helped me tremendously. That seriously changed my life. I earned my BMW in less than 4 months. Woo! My amazing team. In January, I was a single mom, having to beg for gas money. And now I can support my 2 children. And I can work from home and do it. And I feel better than ever. I love all my friends that I've made in this business. And it's truly a family. So if you're thinking about doing it, just do it. Don't think, just do it. Because it will change your life.
I hope you can feel the passion in Marla's voice. This is something that has been just truly remarkable. Been working also closely with Dave Bangle. He's helped a lot of people, and he's about to put on this black jacket, which is true sign of leadership and accomplishment. So I want Mr. Bangle to say some words.
What's up, guys? So, we're talking about 90-day challenge. We're talking about health. Raise your hand if you hate being healthy. Anyone hate being healthy? Okay, I know you're lying. Stop. Does anyone hate money? If it comes to you and money comes to you, hate it? No? Does anyone here hate having fun? Just things that are fun, you just don't. Leave me out. You have the fun. I don't want the fun. Okay? So, we're all on the same page. Everyone likes to be healthy. Everyone likes to make money. Everyone likes to have fun. Who is not signed up as a promoter of the challenge yet? Raise your hand, please. The rest of you guys are your what do they call it? Undercover. So hand out apps to these people right now so we can get them signed up because everybody wants to do this. And literally that's the way it works because it just makes sense. I mean, you've seen some amazing stories today of people's lives that were changed, no doubt. When I got started with this, it wasn't, it was for the health, literally. My wife, who you met earlier, the much more attractive, much more pink cotton candy hair person than me, she's an amazing cook, and when we first got married, it only took about 5 years to gain 50 pounds. I was really good at gaining weight, I found out. It's easy to do. So I started on the challenge, lost 40 pounds, like you said, right away. Awesome, amazing. Give it up for me, 40 pounds, come on. So, my wife went through this amazing transformation as well. At the same time, we started promoting the challenge. I just set a goal of I wanted to earn the BMW. I already had a BMW, but I wanted another one because it's free, right? So we did it in 45 days, awesome. And then we looked at this and said, wow, if we could do this, we could probably help a lot of people with it. And at the same time, we had a baby, like my wife mentioned. So the question was, what are we going to do now? Living in the Bay Area, it's a dual income situation, right? Everybody's got to work. Got to work. So do we want to anyone have kids in the room? Yes? So everyone's been faced with this decision. Do you go back to work after you have kids? Do you work just to put your kids in daycare? Do you want someone else raising your kids? And at the end of the month, it's like, what are you really making after you pay for childcare and all these things? And so we saw this as a solution. Can we build this business to bring mama home? And we launched Operation Bring Mama Home. It worked, you guys. It actually worked. So 60 days, we replaced my wife's income. She was a hairstylist for 10 years. We replaced her income in 60 days. So now, my wife stays at home every morning. She raises her own son, my own son. It's our son. It's my son as well. I get to stay home. I am sure. Stop it, son. And it's not all about us. That is what really gave us the vision of where we could help a lot of people with this. Since then, we've had the pleasure of working with an amazing team. I've seen a 16-year-old girl lose 20 pounds in 3 weeks and then turn around and earn a BMW in 2.5 weeks. How do you like to drive a BMW in high school at 16 years old? She made $1,000 her first week. I find out later what the story is really all about. It's one of the most economically depressed cities in the country. It's called Belgrade. Those people have never seen $1,000. They said they're going to make this girl like a bronze statue at the beginning of the city. And I find out this later. Anyway, we have so many stories in our team of people that, just like you guys have heard today, you guys can do it. You don't have to be, a superstar or have any previous experience. I think it's 80% of the people in our business is the first time doing anything entrepreneurial at all. So obviously, with the success you're seeing, over 600 BMWs last month. The thing works, you guys. So it really just comes down to one thing. You got to make the choice that you're going to do it. So make the choice. Start today. Stick around for the next part. You're going to learn your exact steps of what to do, starting 3 hours from now to launch your business and promote the challenge and reach whatever goals you have set out. So thank you guys.
All right, so this is what we're going to do.